fast around them. They were pixies. Lockhart was trying to use this to stop them from getting back, but they actually one of the pixies got up and narrowly dodged the rebel. Did the bell rang. Rush now. Lockhart called one more way out. Having Lockhart get the back was enough. But the rebel secrets left and moved towards the chamber decided it wasn't the last thing to do. Must reenact the dramatic ending. Lockhart was preparing to take on Hagrid, giving out fire. Hagrid carried him to the front against the net. Lockhart took great offense. After Hagrid told him that he had never read any of them, defendant Lockhart decided to send a signed copy down to the net. Harry got detention. Lockhart volunteered to take Harry. During his detention, Lockhart asked Harry to expand Harry. Lockhart lectured Harry about the game and bragged about his after 4 hours. Harry did this time he got detention. Which was out. Lockhart offered to Lockhart. Lockhart tried to fix them, but instead of fixing the broken bone, he got rid of all the bones in Harry's arm.
Yeah, well, I have to but the point is, and it is very clear that the bones are broken. There's no bones left.
When Lockhart realized that he messed up, he told Ron and Hermione to escort Harry to the hospital, and said that Madame Pomfrey would tidy up his mess. Lockhart started to Snape was his assistant. When they demonstrated, Snape sent Lockhart flying backwards off the stage, smashed into the wall, and slid down to a sprawl of the floor. Lockhart tried to recover by saying,
Was pretty old. The lad wanted to stop and put it in the wind.
Lockhart tried to show Harry how to block a spell, and as he did so, he dropped his wand, which made Snape laugh. He then told Harry to just leave it, and Harry responded saying, "What, you dropped my wand?" Malfoy made a sting in the air. Lockhart tried to get rid of it, but instead of it vanishing, it shot into the air, showing his incompetence. Later on that year, Hermione ended up in the hospital, and Lockhart sent her a get-well-soon card, and more than half of the card is him signing his name and his many titles. That year, the Chamber of Secrets had been opened, and a number of attacks had taken place. When the attacks suddenly stopped, Lockhart bragged to Professor McGonagall, saying that he single-handedly made the attack stop. On Valentine's Day, Lockhart made the Great Hall covered in flowers, had heart-shaped confetti fall, and arranged for dwarves dressed as Cupid to deliver special valentines for students, something that made the rest of the staff stone-faced and disapproved. When Ginny was taken down to the chamber, and a note was left saying that her skeleton would lie in the chamber forever, Lockhart inappropriately entered the staff meeting very late and with a wide smile on his face, saying that he had dozed off. Snape then stepped forward and said that Lockhart's woman had come, and explained to him that a girl had been taken down to the chamber. Professor Sprout then piped up, and mentioned how just last night, Lockhart had said that he knew where the entrance to the chamber was. Snape then mentioned how Lockhart had wished that he had a crack at the monster, and Hagrid had claimed and arrested. McGonagall had said they would leave it to him, and he began to stutter, becoming visibly scared. He no longer looked handsome, his lips were trembling, and without his usual grin, he looked weak chinned and fatigued. He left the staff saying that he would start to prepare for the dangerous mission. Lockhart left. He immediately began to start packing his things. As he was doing this, however, Ron and Harry knocked on his door, telling him that they knew where the entrance was and what the monster was. Eventually, however, they realized he was trying to flee, and they put together a brawl.
Oh, that's you're being misleading. I'm right here for you. Use your common sense. I mean, the big guy done all those things. You're in control.
Once he packed everything, he turned to face Ron and Harry, ready to erase their memories, now that they knew the truth. Right when he picked up his wand, however, Harry disarmed him. Ron caught his wand and threw it out the window. Harry and Ron were shaking Lockhart and entered the chamber. He forced him to go down first. He was white-faced and shaking with terror, but he went in and slid down a long, slimy pipe and ruined his fancy robes. When the three of them moved on, they came across a giant snake skin. Although his looks made him seem like a brave hero, he was quite the opposite here. He had had his hands pressed over his eyes as they approached the snakeskin, too scared to look. Lockhart suddenly got an idea and fell to his knees. When Ron went over, Lockhart told him, knocking him to the ground. He took Ron's wand and straightened up, leaving a smile back on his face. He told them that he was going to take a piece of the snake's skin back to the school, tell everyone that he was too late to save the girl, say that Harry and Ron lost their mind in spite of her mangled body. Lockhart did the thing that he was best at. But as he cast the spell, Ron's broken wand caused an explosion that sent Lockhart flying back and an avalanche of rocks to fall, separating Harry from Lockhart and Ron. As Harry went on to save Ginny, Ron realized that Lockhart had hit himself with the memory charm and was blanking on his entire life.
So place, this isn't it?
While they waited for Harry, Lockhart sat in the corner and talked to himself. When Harry returned with Ginny, Ron took Harry over to Lockhart and said that he was in danger to himself. As the four of them flew out of the chamber, being pulled by hawks and phoenix, Lockhart yelled. When they returned to Dumbledore addressed Lockhart, looked over his shoulder to see who he was talking to, not knowing his own name. Ron then told Dumbledore that there had been an accident down in the chamber with Professor Lockhart. Lockhart responded to this, saying, "Am I a professor? Goodness, I expect I was hopeless." Ron told him that he had been hit by his own memory charm. Dumbledore, who of his lies on the scene to get famous, said to Lockhart, "Impaled upon your own words." Dumbledore then asked Ron to put Lockhart up to be permanent. Lockhart was later sent away to get his memory back. Many people at the school celebrated him not being able to return the following year at Hogwarts. Students and staff members. He would eventually become a permanent resident of St. Mungo's Hospital for magical maladies and injuries, and although they tried very hard to get his memory back, it was no use. One day, Lockhart slipped out of the door and came face to face with Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Ginny. He still had his good look, wavy blonde hair, and bright blue eyes. Now, his pearly white smile was dazed and naked. Ron asked how he was in a slightly guilty way. As Lockhart took out a bill to sign autographs, he explained to them that he could do joined-up writing now, which was referring to writing in cursive, clearly showing that his mind wasn't there, and that such a small accomplishment was a big step forward in his recovery. When he gazed into Harry's eyes, he asked him if they had met before. Harry told him that he was their teacher, and a smile came across Lockhart's face as he said, "I'll tell you everything you know, I expect." Just then, a motherly-looking tailor found Lockhart and told him he was a naughty boy for wandering off. She smiled warmly at Harry and the others, excited that Lockhart had visitors. She then told them that he never got visitors, a fact that was sad due to how famous he was. The healer treated him as though he was 2 years old, calling him sweetie and encouraging him. He did small things like talk to me. She then explained to Harry and the others that he used to be rather well known a few years back. She told them that they hoped his liking for signing autographs was a sign that his memory might be coming back. Dangerous to himself. She explained how he would wander off, but his memory was so messed up. He didn't remember how to get back. The healer was grateful. They had come to visit Lockhart. She, however, did not know. They had not meant to run into him. But nonetheless, they followed her back to the room. As she walked, she said that she saying that in his permanent spell damage ward, they were able to give him potions and use charms, and they were hoping, with a bit of luck, they could produce some improvement. She told them Lockhart seemed to be getting back to some sense of himself. Lockhart had pictures of himself above his headboard, all with his smiles, and one of them had been autographed for himself in disjointed, childish writing. Lockhart continued to get some Lockhart was told this as to why he had been and why he was getting abandoned. While Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Ginny were there, he told them the reason he thought he was getting the band was because he was so good looking. Despite the many efforts of the St. Louis staff, Lockhart never fully recovered. He ended up spending the rest of his life with spell damage, barely knowing who he was. Lockhart was a liar and a cheat, desperate for attention, and very skilled at using memory charms, and ran with that. Instead of learning many different skills, he perfected one of them, and used it to lazy his way out of doing much work. As Dumbledore said, the tool that served him so well